Welcome back to the podcast. This session is brought to you by Google for Developers Indore, and today, me, Jain, founder and CEO of Kofiato, is joined by Sunny Ralli, Group Managing Director of Praedico Global Research Private Limited. Sunny is a seasoned financial research analyst and entrepreneur with 15 years of experience in market research, trading, derivatives, hedge funds, and portfolio management. His current work focuses on applying AI and neural network architectures to modernize financial systems and expand AI-driven insights into sectors like agriculture and FinTech. Sunny, it's great to have you with us.
Same here. Thank you so much, Savi, for this particular podium of speaking about different things. Yeah.
So, Sunny, you have seen financial markets evolve across multiple cycles. How did your journey begin, and what led you to focus on AI-driven research and innovation in finance?
Look, Savi, I was part of a banking system. I did my MBA in finance from Gurgaon MBA, and then I joined HDFC Bank. So as soon as I completed my MBA, I was joined in a bank, a culture related full of finance. Before that, I was an engineer, so engineer thing was always there in my mind. But having done MBA, gave a boost of financial side to my engineering acumen. As soon as I joined the different banks, I worked with HDFC Bank, Citibank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank. These are all the top banks of India. So after covering all the top 4 banks, getting experience at the senior management, middle management of these very banks, I thought of now it's the learning phase in finance is completed. Now let's use our engineering acumen and translate what I have learned in the banking system and modernize the Indian financial system. So from 2018, I started with Praedico Global Research, which was basically neural network designing for the problems related to the financial sector. At that time, I guess no one was knowing about AI. I used to tell I'm working in AI. People used to say, what is AI? Because no one knew about that. And it was a daunting task to let people know what actually AI was. So developing a neural networks, I used to tell them your brain has neurons, same way artificial computer also has a neurons in its brain. We can channelize that particular thing in a way. But no one was able to know. But after 2022, everyone is now knowing what is it. So I guess that is how it started. Something related to artificial intelligence was always there in my mind, because I have been a global traveler. I have traveled all across the world, seen how technologies are inculcated in the economies of different countries. So I always believe that India should be running in the forefront of the technology, and that's where I started with this particular thing that you were mentioning about. Yeah.
So, you've been working extensively with AI and neural network architectures in finance. From your perspective, how has AI fundamentally changed the way market research and trading decisions are made?
Yeah, so earlier we used to have the trading decisions and research being done by the top level people of India. Either from IIMs, people used to come, either they were CFA people, or they used to work extensively on the field of finance. Now, what we felt like for last 20 years, as I was doing my MBA, I felt like in last 20 years, nothing has changed in finance. Same book in 1990s was used for learning finance in MBA, and same is being used right now also. So our financial relating accounting standards, everything has not changed a little. So I thought, why not to train someone who is better capability of learning than humans? So we started making neural networks trained on these very things, and the results were astonishing. A person, irrespective how good he is from IIM, the biggest of the biggest colleges of India or Harvard, anywhere across the world, but human error is always a part, because sometimes you might be doing research when you are late in night, either you are having a lethargy or you are not well. So the chances of errors are always there in finance. But machines are something which can work 24/7 and without any errors. Mostly if it is very well governed. So I personally thought, the example was, I gave a task to a very big financial guy. Same task I gave and uploaded on a system. So what we felt like, that person who was good in finance, that person completed the task in 2 weeks, while computer completed that particular task within an hour. So there I got to know the power of how the finance can be leveraged with the help of AI. And that's the way I can tell you that machines have totally taken over the finance. And in coming years, the governments across the world are having a target of making more digitization. UPI is one thing. apart from that digital rupee, even the central banks of the India or the world are moving to the digitization of finance, and that's where the artificial intelligence would also come into play.
Is it similar to algorithmic trading? Like somewhere related to algorithmic trading?
Algorithmic trading is just like a prompt trading. Now what you can do, you can develop your own prompt and say that I want to buy at this price, sell at this price. That's an algorithmic trade. But when the system automatically identifies without any prompt, that's artificial intelligence. In that, you have to give more than 10 parameters for a particular scenario to be taken place. So that is where the AI is there. Prompt engineering and algorithmic trading is same. It's algorithmic says I am on my work, I am going, supposedly I am working 9 to 5. So I buy something, I'm taking example of a stock. I can put a command that buy this stock at 100 and sell this stock at 105. So that command will be done and automatically be executed when this price will hit at the trading floor. But algorithm, that AI related thing is much more complicated. It will say that when the pricing will reach at a level, the sentimental analysis will also come into play, that overall market would be down, and then according to that, that particular stock is down, the beta of that stock. So there are many other things which has to be considered. Algorithmic trading is a subset of what actually this neural network thing is there. It's a small portion of that, but yes, algorithmic trading is being used, and that's the starting phase of what is about to coming next 2 to 3 years.
Okay. So what are the biggest misconceptions of people that they have in like AI in trading?
So the biggest misconception is they don't need to learn anything. Only they will say to the prompt and the profits would be delivered. It is as easy. It's basically the first and the foremost thing that you need to be there is learn what is trading actually, how the stocks market behave, what actual research is, what is the valuations, what are technical analysis. There are different technical analysis patterns, Bollinger Bands, PSAR, RSI, and n number of things. So these things have to be understood by the normal person, and then only you can do. You can give a big tank to a person, but he doesn't know how to drive that tank. He will just collide it with the wall. So that is where you need to have, earlier what used to happen, you need to learn 100% and then you were able to do good trading. But now you need to do 50-60% from your own side, and 50-60% leverage you can take a system. Yeah. So that's the best dual advantage, neither taking full leverage of your own, neither fully being dependent. That's the biggest misconception. No one, if that was the case, everyone now has ChatGPT, everyone can do trading through ChatGPT. So that when everyone would be profitable. Market doesn't work like that.
Definitely, definitely. So where does human judgment still matter the most?
Yeah, human judgment matters in the long-term trading investments. The fear psychology of a human can't be changed, because ultimately what will happen, suppose the stock market suddenly starts to collapse. In COVID era, we saw stocks were falling like anything. Those didn't have the courage to stay invested. They were exiting out, irrespective of what the systems were saying. There are certain system like RSI was saying that it is oversold. Now it will be bouncing back. It was given, clear indications were given that at certain level the markets will bounce back. But people left everything, so they supersede all the judgmental things of the machines also. If the machine will say that you go right, but somewhere you are having in your mind that you have to go left, right side, it's not right, you will not obey the machines also. You will supersede that. So that's where human intervention, anxiety and fear, these all things machine doesn't feel, but they can't relate it to the humans, and that's where the people make biggest of faults. They try to engage themselves. They say, even if the system will say buy, if the stock market is collapsing and machine will say no, you need to buy over here, they will not buy. They will say no, you are wrong, and they will sell. And then after, when the stock goes up, they will say, oh, I didn't listen to the machine. But that's a common behavior of the whole thing.
But so I'll add something here. I want to ask something here actually. Would you rather say that people should not go through intuition, or would you say that people should make proper judgment, seeing and understanding the scenario and understanding the math, and then take actions?
That I told you that 50% is the skill that you have developed, mastered. You can't master it just by seeing the charts. You have to go and see in the markets. This skill is only developed once you are into the market for a good number of time. So anyone who is new to the market can't say that, okay, now I am fully versed. I have seen all the cycle. Like recent case, I can tell you that Indian stock market people have not seen the downward phase of the stock, which many people after COVID have entered. So if that phase comes, I don't know how they will behave. Right now they are doing good, they are running their own SIPs, but that's the fear factor that they need to come over, that irrespective of anything they should be having their own gut feeling, but listen to the machines also. So something is there, you should be 50% managing it out. We are people, we have lost all the emotions. We are fully dependent on machines because we are seeing the machines for so many years. We truly trust them. That's just like a person who is doing bungee jumping. As much he depends on the rope, same way we depend on the machines. So that can only come from the fact a person who has not done bungee jumping will say, oh, it's very risky, you are jumping. Yes, chances of errors are there, but that's a scenario with anything. Even if you are driving a car, the same amount of accident happens as the bungee jumping happens. So that's up to the individual how much risk appetite is there. And for stock trading or investments, I will only say, do invest or trade whenever you have an extra money. Don't ever invest your emergency funds in these kind of things. So never invest your emergency funds which you don't have for the longer period of time. Please never invest these kind of things in, because in the end, what will happen? Supposedly some marriage is there in your family. You require that fund after 6 to 8 months. But what you have done, you have invested it right this point of time. But due to the stock market fell, now you are stuck because of the external obligation. You have to pull the fund out, irrespective if they are down or not. So that's where majority of the people get into trap. Always invest the surplus. That's where your decision making power will supersede your emotions.
So, understanding all of that, FinTech is evolving rapidly, especially with AI at its core. What opportunities do you see for AI-driven FinTech in India over the next decade?
AI-driven India is, I guess, one of the biggest market in the world. As we have seen UPI, we are the leader in UPI. No one would have thought. People made mockery that how a sabji wala will have that UPI card. Everything is happening. I am seeing the adoption of the FinTech to that corners where even the mobile phones are not there. So India is the biggest FinTech market for all across the world. Only thing is required that we have to refine our FinTech products. Like we have done best in the UPI, but we need to upgrade these UPI features again and again. We can't rely on same UPI features. That's where the adoptions comes into play. Now how we can make much more. Now digital rupee has been coming into the talks where the RBI would be directly making digital rupee as a part of the digital payment system. So in that UPI will also be bifurcated, other systems. So we are already very good in all the segments. We have good amount of banks which are there. So we have to move from this traditional banking system. We have large number of customer base, almost 120 crore people are having bank accounts. All that thing is a gigantic. We have more than Africa and Europe, total number of people who are having bank accounts. So you yourself imagine Africa and Europe combined is what we have in India opportunity. So it's that kind of thing where the technology advancements can take over at very rapid pace. And if we can crack that code, the users are very big in India. Although the ticket size is less, but yes, the scalability in India is far more than any other country in the world.
So off the script, India's population is also more than both of those countries.
That's where.
So that's why like correlation and causation.
But together. What happens? Africa as a whole is in like whole country and it's a continent.
Achha,
so, but it's a penetration of the adaptation of the account.
Okay.
So you won't see in Africa. I have been to Africa, certain countries which are not that good. You will not find people having bank accounts. So, I guess I have seen that kind of phase also where the people across kilometers and kilometers don't have bank account. They will say only cash. I want cash. So the penetration I'm talking about, the Prime Minister's vision was way early. Jan Dhan accounts were opened. I don't know they are being operational or not, but at point they would be very useful because something now is going digitally into the hands of the people around. So all in all, I'm saying that yes, population is very big of India, but that's where the opportunity also lies. That's why many people say India is a land of opportunities. If we can channelize these very things in much more better way, so fintech is always the future. India has been always, Nifty, that's a benchmark index of India Sensex, has 45% weightage of banks. HDFC Bank is the biggest bank of the India, and that's how it's controlling all those things. So India is a banking related fintech country. So we will always be the leader in that.
Okay. Oh, matlab that was a question from me, not from the script.
Okay.
But okay. ठीक है. So what are the ethical or regulatory challenges that we should be more careful about?
Yes, so ethically we should be making sure that the data of everyone who is there using the technology should be stored inside India. It should be stored in a way that the malicious activities can't take place. If someone is giving authorizations to different ID cards, like Aadhaar was something which was very fishy, but now we have coded that also. So the financial information as well as digital information of the people who are using fintechs and everything is the main thing that we should make sure that it is taken into way. So regulatory wise, we are SEBI as well as RBI is doing great job. Such a big ecosystem, we have hardly seen any collapse of the banking system ever, I guess, many times. So that's a commendable thing of Indian regulatory system, that even after so much big sizes, we have never been down in that kind of stuff.
Makes sense. So I would like to move a bit on agriculture and AI. So one area that doesn't always get enough attention is agriculture, despite its importance to India. So how do you see AI playing a role in agriculture, and especially when combined with financial intelligence?
Yeah, aptly asked. In 1950, as we got independent, our main job and main sector of our GDP was agriculture. But slowly and largely, other sectors came into play. That was good enough, but we are still reliant on we are Atmanirbhar in terms of agriculture. That's where we personally believe that if we can make use of AI in agriculture at the first level. I've been to other countries, no one is adopting AI in agriculture at this point of time. But if India can jump on this opportunity first, so we can surely proudly say that yes, India is a country where the sector which is actually commanding is being run by the technology also, and our farmers are getting the better prices. We personally believe that Honorable Prime Minister always had a target of doubling the farmer income, but that was not possible because the technology was not leveraged. You can't now increase the farmer's income with the help of traditional method. So you have to equip your farmers with technology. They can modernize themselves. They can know what prices their grains can be sold and everything. And we personally believe that once the technology is integrated with the agriculture, running for jobs, they will start running for small farms. They would be inclined to open new farming techniques and integrating AI with farming and all. So I personally believe that new generation would be more inclined to work on boring. Earlier people used to think if you don't have anything, then you go to agriculture. But we personally believe if we integrate agriculture with technology, more young people can be inclined towards this particular thing, and that will increase the whole overall productivity of that particular sector.
And it would also start feeling more lucrative for the newer generation.
Yeah.
Because people are now more adept to going towards like AC or air conditioned offices. They want white collar jobs. So shift is definitely needed.
You can have a white collar job you can have your own farmhouse, green, all the three, and you have an AC cabinet for yourself. You are with the laptop at your farm. That's the way we are. I am personally believing the young generation to be there, sitting at the farmhouse in their own air-conditioned cabins with the laptops, connecting with all across the world, sending their own produce to different merchants on laptop itself, seeing just like a company running a agriculture farm. That is the way we can make young people very much excited about agriculture, and that is where at Kisan Munafa we are working to make these kind of models where every person has a laptop Kisan Munafa platform and they are the CEO of their own farms. So that would be the thing, and we are seeing it. Many young people have joined our particular platform and they are like going to the jobs regularly. They are going to the farms, sitting in air-conditioned cabins with a good whole setup. Outside there's a green farm. In the evening they come and roam around what is happening. So that's how we are trying to link technology and generating the curiosity in the young people.
So that is actually goals. I am also like, that is like end goal. I also want to set up a farm. I'm very interested in that. I have, so my traditional background of the family is agriculture.
Okay.
We shifted to like more modern or different tech, but at heart, I am still like, I used to have my own vegetable garden.
Oh.
We used to grow our own vegetables on the terrace. Then I tried hydroponics. Now I also want to like start a hydroponic farm where I can like actually grow produce at a smaller scale, of course, to start with, but I also want to do that. So that is like really interesting that a lot of more people are starting.
One of our clients is exporting mushrooms to outside India, and its turnover is more than 3 crores.
Okay.
Mushrooms only on a very small acre of land. He has specifically trained himself on that particular mushroom sowing activities, and that is the way, like you say, every farm, every person, young person has a background roots to the agriculture, because somewhere their forefathers, grandfathers were doing farming, but due to the modernization of the cities, now the young people are actually not doing that much, but certainly technology can make them go back to the roots of their own generations.
What do you think? How can AI driven market data empower small and marginal farmers?
That's where the thing is. Big farming companies are actually equipped with the pricing power. They are suppressing the small farmers, and that's where the technology is the important thing. You rightly touch the right note. Small farmers, medium farmers. This is a variety of the people who are actually facing the biggest problem, because they don't have anyone to vouch to give them the pricing, what is happening, how to deal with the outer people and everyone. So what happens, the bigger farmers are commanding the price, and what they are doing is, in the end, the small farmer is not able to expand. So if they use technology, they can come and be at par with the same technological platforms and the pricing power which bigger farmers are taking an advantage of. So we personally believe that these are the people which government should also focus, that they should be using technology to harness the competitive disadvantage that they are having. They can cover up with the help of artificial intelligence or any other technology in the farming sector.
I agree 100%. Do you think platforms like Kisan Munafa can bridge the gap between farmers and financial intelligence?
Yeah, that's what the main task is. The particular thing that Kisan Munafa was started was only because we had roamed around in the local mandis all across India. We saw the farmers had pain points. We saw that the farmers are helpless. They are somewhere running to the WhatsApp groups. They are somewhere running to the local merchants for everything, but they are not finding any one particular platform for that. So that's where we are equipping them without any cost. So Kisan Munafa, they don't need to pay anything. Only thing is that their platform is integrated in such a manner that they get the better produce of their own farming, and they are able to take better decision making. Now they will not be able to contact what is IMD giving data, what is the soil data, everything. So here the Kisan Munafa is compiling more than 52 parameters in the form of artificial intelligence and giving them the output data, which they themselves will not be able to do predictably in such a manner, because it's a very vast amount of data that has soil fertility, fertilizers, IMD forecasts, everything has to be taken in the models that are developed by our Kisan Munafa platform.
So you've spoken about positioning India as a global hub for AI and finance. So what exactly needs to change at an ecosystem level for that vision to become a reality?
For that vision, actually, we need to have our education system totally be transformed. I've seen traveling outside India, there you don't have a bookish type of knowledge. You don't have exams where you are more, with the advent of AI, more or less, you need not to train the people on the basic things. Everything they can learn through AI now. Even if you give an AI to a 10th class student, he can understand all the things previously, or 12th class things she can understand. Now mostly the practical implementations thing is what we should be more focused about, and we should make sure that our ecosystem now develops and gives people freedom to develop and take use of this technology. It can be from all the things. I'm not saying technology related only to the software or finance. It can be to the medical side. It can be the everything. So now we want at that stage where specifically we can start our colleges, which are engineering and medical colleges and other BCom, BA colleges. They should totally be AI driven approach, where the practicality of the new next generation way of doing things should be learned to them. So that's where they can come immediately outside world and start implementing it out. as a whole, we have a huge space to be the global leader, because if at all people of more than 100 million, million people are, so that's more than 1 billion people are doing that kind of thing, that would be a certain thing that we can command the data that we have, no other country has, the infrastructure around technology, everyone has mobile phones, internet, that everything we have ready. Only thing is required to gel it all in once, and we can be the global leader. We can leave USA, Europe, everyone we can leave far behind. Only thing is a collective way of doing things by our young generations, which is about to enter the market. If they collaboratively use this technology in much better way, I can personally say that we can certainly be the leader in coming generation on the global AI front also.
I completely agree with that. So, what advice would you give to young professionals entering AI-driven finance today?
The young professional in the AI world should always be making sure that the traditional finance, how they can make it much easier for the new people to understand, specifically those who don't understand finance. The one black thing that we are facing is financial illiteracy. India's financial illiteracy is less than 30%, which is, I guess, lowest among the whole of the world. Financial literacy means your basic understanding of banking related thing, your basic understanding of financial related things. You will not find many people knowing. It's still a curiosity for all of them. So the basic thing that our financial new professionals should be doing with the college projects, they should be aligning themselves as a part of spreading more financial literacy. They should make sure that their own family members and everyone are financially literate. And once this literacy rates goes above 60-70%, so we will have a much better state of a financially stable economy, where people are having much better informed decisions, and they can leverage technology and give more jobs to the people who are coming into the market. Rather than just depending on certain one or two products, we can have a whole ecosystem of finance which is more spread to all ages, like from 70-year person to even a 15-year-old person. So that is something which we are missing at this point of time.
Okay, so we are towards the closing of this podcast. So I would like to have a very quick rapid fire round with you. Let's end this with a quick rapid fire round. First instinct answers, okay? So data driven decisions or intuition driven decisions?
Data driven.
Okay. Long term investing or short term trading?
Short term trading. As this point of time, because I believe that long term trading investments would have some problems in coming years, but now you should
your machines are saying that?
Yeah. Exactly.
AI as an advisor or AI as an executor?
Executor.
Okay. Regulations, acceleration or a constraint? So regulations are accelerator or a constraint?
Accelerator. That should be the best thing. Regulations are the actually backbone of any particular platform.
So regulations and compliance are important.
Yes.
Okay. One financial metric people misunderstand the most?
Trading. They think it's a gambling, but it's not a gambling. I believe that if young people, those who are doing MBAs, they can learn about technical analysis, options, how strategies are there, they can very well understand this is a misconception can be sorted out.
One AI application in finance you're most excited about?
I'm personally believing that finance.
One AI application in finance that you're most excited about?
It would be digital currency. If at all comes, it will actually make sure that all the black amount of money and everything can be winded out from the system with the help of that. Totally.
Okay, so Sunny, thank you for sharing your insights and for shedding light on how AI can reshape finance and agriculture in meaningful ways. Your perspective brings both depth and responsibility to the conversation. To everyone watching this episode, it is brought to you by Google for Developers Indore. And if you found this discussion valuable, please like, share and subscribe. Leave your questions in the comments and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.